Well, good morning. I'm Heather Stricker.
And I'm Tina Jennings. Now, before you know it, school will be back in session, and parents may already be thinking about all the choices they have when it comes to enrolling their children in school.
And to explain what the differences and similarities are between charter schools and traditional public schools, Cindy Kapler with Tucson Country Day School is joining us. Cindy, good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So I know that as a step parent, there are just so many options out there when you are kind of shopping around for schools. So will you kind of tell us what the choices are for parents?
So parents really have 4 options in Arizona. You can choose a traditional public school, a charter school, a private school, or homeschooling.
And so we have these 4 choices, and as a parent, how do you start kind of sorting through those choices, and how do you know if you're picking the right one for your children?
So really parents need to know what their child's needs are and really take a look at their options. Most parents will go with your traditional public school, which is your neighborhood school, close by. Often a bus will come pick them up. Then there's charter schools, which are a little newer to Arizona, but they've really been around for, 16, 17 years now. And that's a school that has open enrollment. Any child can go, but the parent has to provide transportation.
So they can live anywhere, and as long as they have transportation to get to the school, they're allowed to enroll.
That's correct.
Now, are there any tuitions that need to be paid or anything like that?
No, so just like a regular public school, a charter school is a non-tuition school. They're funded by the state.
Okay, so let's kind of do this juxtapose with traditional and charter schools. Let's kind of focus in on that. Let's start out with the differences between the two.
Okay, so the differences between the two, typically a traditional public school is a district school, so you'll have many schools run within that district and a governing board that oversees the whole district. Charter school may be just one school and they'll have their very own governing board. Quick and easy to make decisions and make changes on the charter school side because you go straight to your governing board. Charter schools are able to set classroom capacities, so unlike a traditional school where they have to take all the students that are within their boundaries, the charter school can limit enrollment based on their classroom capacities. So you may see classrooms at 22 students, 24 students, 26 students, and that's the cap on the class.
Wow.
And
No, please.
One other big difference is that the traditional public schools require all teachers to be certified. In a charter school, teachers have to be highly qualified, but they are not required to be certified.
Okay, so I'm so glad we started with the differences because it's really easy to see kind of where we stand here now. There have to be similarities as well.
Absolutely. So both sets of schools have to follow the same standards. So we teach the Arizona College and Career Ready standards, both charter side, both traditional public. We have to follow the same number of days that students are in session, the same number of minutes that children actually attend school. We also have to do the same type of assessments, so AZ merit on both sides. And then we have the same promotion and graduation requirements.
So there are some similarities, and I kind of want to dive into a little bit more on the charter school side, because I really do think they're probably one of the most misunderstood, because like you said, they are kind of newer to Arizona and people have a lot of questions. So what about extracurricular things like PE or music and arts and things of that sort? Are those also available at charter schools?
So just like a traditional public school, the charter school can choose which of those programs to provide. So some will provide a whole spectrum of programs. So we at Tucson Country Day School have PE and Spanish and technology and music and art. Some other charter schools do the same and some do not. It really just depends on their program.
Okay.
And when we're really kind of talking about those extracurricular, are we talking about during the school day or are we talking about after school programs? Can you dive in a little more to that?
So the ones I listed off for us are actually during the school day. So it's part of the curriculum for our students. But just like a traditional public school, charter schools can have after school programs as well. So you can participate in sports leagues where we have sports and students participate against other charter schools. They can have Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and kids art and all kinds of things going on their campus as well. Aftercare. Pretty much anything that you'd be looking for.
So this is kind of like an onion. So first we decide which kind of school we want to go to. Then once you decided whether it's whatever you decide, let's say you decide a charter school, then you kind of need to dive into each charter school to see which one also fits. You have many layers of what you're doing, but once you've made that decision, how do you go about enrolling into a charter school?
So charter school enrollment, generally they have a registration packet that's specific to their charter school. So you need to contact that particular school that you're interested in going to. They're open enrollment. They're all open enrollment. So like you said, they can accept students from all over the state, really. But parent has to provide transportation. So you'll pick up a packet and fill that out. And then some schools have a lottery system for choosing students. Some will keep a wait list once they have their lottery in place. Some will just continue to pull from their lottery on a weekly or monthly basis to fill their spaces.
Okay, so Tucson Country Day School, is that enrollment happening right now?
Ours is, yes. So ours is continuous. We open February 1st, and then we'll just continue on into the school year. We enroll students now, and we have a few spaces left for the beginning of school.
And if someone's maybe at the beginning process, like I said at the beginning of that onion, when we're deciding what we're doing, how can somebody get more information to see if maybe Tucson Country Day School is that perfect fit?
Okay. I would say word of mouth is one of the best ways that people find schools to go to learn more about a specific school, ours or any other school. You can look for their school website. You can go to a website called greatschools.org, and they basically tell you information about the schools. They show test scores from schools, they have parent reviews, and they rate the schools on that site. You can also go to the state of Arizona, or the Arizona Department of Education, and they have information as well.
And of course, you have your own website that people can go to, and you help answer a lot of questions there.
We do. So on our website on the front page, we really try to give parents what we think are the 5 most important questions to ask when you're looking for a school. And we kind of walk through what all those mean.
And that's what we need. We need to know what we're asking in order to get to the right ending point. So this is a perfect time for us to talk about it because, like I said, I know it seems like summer just started, but school will be enrolling and getting going before we even know it. So thank you so much for stopping in with us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. For more details about Tucson Country Day School and their programs, call 296-0883 or log on to tcdcharterschool.com.